What's up, everybody? Is I, the JUICEman3941. That's right, JUICEman coming back at you with another exciting episode of the Gaming Round Table, brought to you by Unpaid Gamers on YouTube. Not the Unpaid Gamers, the original Unpaid Gamers. Look us up on YouTube under Unpaid Gamers. You'll see the little stick guy like pointing, and that's us. Subscribe to the channel, and it's brought to you by Unpaid Gamers. Special shout out to Posthuman Guy, and thank you for again allowing me to do my gaming roundtable on this site. This is episode 11, entitled Godeater 3. What the fuck, YouTube? Really? So I decided to look up a review of the game, and it was based off the Japanese build. And I also saw a bunch of other stuff about Godeater 3 having like this weird lackluster, gameplay, and people were literally complaining about the game based solely on the demo. Well, here's what I'm going to talk about. This is Godeater Resurrection. This is actually the first game in the series. I saw a whole lot of people sit there and say that they felt like that the game did not look as good as even there was one YouTuber in particular that said they didn't look as good as the original game. Like, I guess you haven't played the original game in a long time. Understandably, this was a PSP title. So was the second one. The third one was built specifically for the PS4. If you look at the environments in the game, I'll go here now to this particular. We'll just do something like this. We'll do a standard mission. We'll do, let's see here. We'll just go to, let's say let's just do this easy Devil's Tail, no problem there. Take a few people with me, whatever, it's fine. And because you just need to see what I'm talking about, because I'm really surprised at that people on YouTube, certain people have been literally like kind of shitting on Godeater 3's demo. There's even people who basically on this one review, or kind of like not a review, but a review of the demo, was basically complaining that the game only had like 10 hairstyles and only had, very few options as far as to create a player versus like the one that the original games had all these hairstyles and all this stuff. The developer has came out and basically stated that the game, when it does come out, this is before the demo come out, so you fucking YouTubers didn't do your fucking research. Basically stated that there was going to be like more than 10 hairstyles. It's going to have like 36, 37 of them. There's going to be all this stuff that they're actually adding to the game. Now you can look at the graphics here and tell, like from a texture standpoint, that yes, this is definitely a PSP title. But the textures in Godeater 3, go back and play. The people who put these videos on YouTube, go back and play Godeater Resurrection. Go back and play Godeater 2. 3 has more particles. The textures are high quality, high definition textures. The creative player is so much better looking with bump mapping and all the texture and all the stuff that goes on to make the game a better looking game. Now this city here area right here, in the other game, there's parts of the city are blown out. There's all these particles. There's lava flowing. There's all this really cool stuff that the demo shows. And, like, it's unbelievable that people are literally shitting on this game, on Godeater 3, before it even comes out, because they played the combat demo. The combat demo was simply allowed for you to check out the combat. That was it. And another thing that I've found that I've noticed too was when people even said they felt like the combat was a lot lackluster. Okay, go back and play these games again. While the combat is decent in this game, the combat in 3 was faster, more frenetic, more dynamic. It had it felt more like you were playing a Devil May Cry than the original Godeater, but still maintained all the things that makes Godeater Godeater. I can't believe YouTubers out there this is becoming a problem with video games. You know, you play a beta, you play a demo, you play an early access, you play something, and you play a few hours of something, just like the stuff that happened with Anthem and all this other stuff, and it's just now you gotta go to your fucking channel and you gotta just you gotta rain shit all over the game long before it ever fucking comes out. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't even have the full game. You haven't played the full game. You have because the demo showed nothing of the story. Only showed you one area of the game, you know, in the different missions, maybe one or two areas. Did you not notice the higher end particle effects? Did you not notice that the camera is actually put back a little bit further so you didn't have the same camera problems like this game has? Because this game, I've always felt that when you lock onto a creature, it's too close to your character per se, and I don't like that. It just doesn't work for me, and it's a shame because I don't understand what the problem is, but people are just, you know, complaining. And again, we just pretty much killed this mission, but like you're complaining about a game, and the developer before the demo came out basically stated, we're only giving you limited options for your create a character that you have to design, enough for you to start the game, play the combat, and see what we've changed about it. They've changed little things like the animation here. If I swing 1, 2, 3, now instead of doing a twirl in the air, the character backflips with the scythe. They try to create more dynamics. If you have the two dagger things, you can create a staff out of it and go in real fast and furious. And as I showed you in the demo, how you can jump forward with the shield anime style. Like, the game looks so much better than the original Godeater Resurrection, and so much better looking than the actual Godeater 2, which was a slight marginal improvement over this one. And I guess because y'all haven't played those other two games in such a long time, that you don't actually remember like how they were. Like, you don't remember what they look like. And this has been another issue that I always have. It's when people talk about how something looks like some old gen console. It don't look any better than this. Well, go back and play it. Like, if you look at, you know, one of everyone's favorite games, Halo. Halo looks like shit compared to what's out now, obviously. But, you know, it's just, I can't believe that they play a demo designed solely to show off the combat, what they've changed. And even then, they've changed some things in the combat versus the final build. Now when you turn around, now you do an instant turnaround. You don't do this other extra animation. They improved a bunch of stuff from feedback from that demo, and that's what the developer has done. And the developer has stated, one guy on YouTube, there's only 10 hairstyles, there's only 2 these, etc. Like, he was complaining about the creative player not being as extensive as Godeater Resurrection and Godeater 2. Guess what? It is. They only give you enough to play that combat demo. That was it. And I'm getting so sick and tired of you YouTubers out there, and I'm a YouTuber, to just, you play some small, insignificant part of some game that they give out because it's a game coming out and they want you to enjoy it and try it out, and instead of like just enjoying the game and talking about the game and all this other stuff, you bitch, you piss, you fucking moan. It's like you want every game before it comes out to fail. If you're a fan of Godeater, then for fuck's sake, play the game and enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it ultimately. Because I love the series. It is literally Bandai Namco's answer to Monster Hunter. And we all know how I feel about the Monster Hunter game type genre. It's a great genre. It's a lot of fun. I just don't understand how Godeater, the one demo that lasted 3 days to show off the combat so they could get feedback, has now turned into like, this is how the game's going to be when it launches. When it's not. It's absolutely 100% asinine for you all to sit there and be, you know, just angry about some fucking demo for a game that's not out. You're already jumping to conclusions. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, and you need to stop with this shit. It's so terrible. Even the new Anthem demo that came out that ran butterly smooth for everybody, you still shit on that. You're shitting on Godeater 3, and you don't even have the game yet. in the this guy had reviewed the Japanese copy, and he was talking about how he used his Japanese account to buy the game early. And this YouTuber literally just shit all over it constantly. He was talking about how they've improved very little. They've done nothing really new. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, the demo played kind of similar to Godeater Resurrection, Godeater 2, but was better than Godeater 1 and 2. It was the combat was so fast and frenetic and really felt like a Devil May Cry at this point. The camera system was improved. The particle effects and everything that goes on, massively improved. The HD textures and 4K resolution, absolutely. It looks great. But no. You all had to play a demo and go through a few of the missions and then shit all over it, and then basically are telling people. There was one YouTuber in particular that told people, don't even buy the game. It's not worth your time. Just play the other 2 games. I'm like, you haven't even played the whole game yet, and you're already telling people to fucking not buy it. What is wrong with fucking YouTube anymore? It's like everybody in every genre and everybody in the gaming community have lost their fucking minds, and they just want to rain shit on every fucking game before it comes out. You know, do you all actually like anything? Do you all ever just accept games for what they are? You should be happy we even have developers trying to bring us games, and you're trying to have fun with them and giving us these titles, because you should be happy about that. But no one is. It's always, fuck this game, you know, the demo was this, and I played a few hours, and I was bored with this, and it's just like this, and Godeater's just trying to be Monster Hunter. Godeater and Monster Hunter, it's the only similarities is that you take parts and craft stuff with. That's it. They are so different in its gameplay, style, function, graphics, everything about it. And I'm telling you, YouTube, you need to quit this shit, because I'm tired of listening to people. I can't even look up one video on any game, whether that game's already out and you're reviewing it, you know, or the game you played the beta of, and the game comes out in 6 months or whatever, or 3 months, or even 2 weeks. It's one thing after another, and all you all do is shit on everything. I can't get one decent, good opinion about the demo or a beta or nothing. I can't get one. It's always everything. If there's one little thing that you just didn't like, that wasn't perfect, and it wasn't to what you expected, you know what? You're basically telling everyone, fuck you, fuck this developer, I'm not buying it, and it's bullshit. You guys are turning into a toxic community of assholes, you know, and I don't even think some of you are doing it just to troll. I think a lot of you are doing it because this reason, that reason. You know, I don't understand. It's like people who say, hey, I'm a fan of this particular series, but I'm not buying this one because of this reason. You know, it's like, but if you're a fan of the series, buy it. Godeater 3, if you go back and watch my video on the demo, it was fantastic. I love the creative player, love the combat, love the new shield mechanic where you can fly through there and like charge into things. It was just so much better of a game than the other 2. And I know when we get into the crafting, I know when we get into the meat of the story, it's going to be great. Even the maps, believe it, were actually really big and open, and I had a much better time with it. Now, granted, you only got to start off in that prison because for some reason you're a prisoner. I don't know why, but I'm assuming at some point either you break out or the area that's where you do everything will open up, kind of like this area is a little hub area. But nevertheless, you know, I'm a YouTuber myself, but you don't see me play every fucking game. I play objectively. I try to accept the games for what they are. And now a word from our sponsors. Beer in the Throat. You know, this entire scenario could be so avoided if you just sit down and play the game and have fun with it. That's all they want you to do. And for Godeater 3, you fucking YouTubers. I mean, literally, I watched 6 different videos, and no one had one positive, really thing to say about it. They really just didn't say much about it. They complained about a game that's not finished. It was incomplete. As a matter of fact, I found out through some research that the demo that was given to us was a build from several months ago. Months! Even before it was actually fully released in Japan. And they had to have time to tailor different things to the Western audiences. I don't know if you know this or not. You know, Japanese games, they're harder than our games. They think our games are too easy. So I'm telling you, I'm just asking you, YouTube, what the fuck with your bullshit? Just you need to fix your shit. This has been episode 11 of the Gaming Roundtable, Godeater 3, what the fuck YouTube. And I'll see you next time on the Gaming Roundtable, and as always, gamers, good gaming.